Hello dear students, Namaste and welcome in our English class. Today we are going to do a new lesson from Unit 15. Are you ready? Okay, then let's start. This is the first lesson as I said, and let me show you the preview of today's lesson, okay? Can you read it aloud? Yes, we are going to do getting started section and we are going to listen and sing a song and we are going to read the first reading exercise that is about climate change, okay? And we will do the exercises for comprehension. Okay students, so let's get started with getting started. Let's have a look at this page. Can you see some pictures? Here in this getting started section we have these 4 pictures. So what are they about? Look at the pictures and give examples of may, might or must. Here we have one example, okay students? Can you read that? Can you read it aloud? Okay, very good. The bulls may or might or must fight. Which do you think? Can you read? Can you look at this picture? Read this here. We have fight given here the word verb and it is used here as the bulls may or might or must fight. So what is the sentence talking about? The sentence is talking about the possibility, okay? So how much possibility is there? So when the 2 bulls are ready to attack one another, what do you say? Is it may or is it might or is it must? It must, okay? Must has the highest possibility or probability that they are going to fight. So may means less than, less possible than must, okay? And might has the least possibility. Might means least possibility. I might go to the shop or market means you have least of possibility. You may not go or you are not planning to go actually, but you can go if your mind changes. So that is about the possibility. So might expresses the least possibility and then may and must has the highest possibility. Okay students? So by looking at these pictures, can you describe the possibilities of these people and things here? Let's talk about the first picture, swim. What is the girl doing? Is she going to swim? How much possibility it has or she has? She is not wearing a swim costume. She doesn't seem very prepared to swim. She is actually walking by it. So it doesn't, it's or this box or she doesn't seem to be swimming very soon. So you can just guess with may or might. She may swim or she might swim. But we cannot say must, right? Okay. So what do you think about this second picture here? Look at this. There is a thick black cloud. So what happens when there is a cloud and it is very dark? There is the highest possibility of raining, right? Yes. So if you see the sky ready to rain, then you can say it must rain. The sky is very cloudy, the sky is very dark and it must rain today. So it means you are sure. You think it's very higher or high possibility, there is high possibility of rainfall. Okay, so you can use may, might, must. Look at this 5 number athlete. He is running very fast. You look or you think the person is very fast. Then you say the number 5 runner must win the race because he is leading the all the team or he is far in front of or far away from other. Okay, forward or in front of the other runners. Okay, so these are the ways to say express our possibilities of things, possibility of the things happening. Okay, now let's move to the reading or singing a song. Here we will just recite it, how we can read a poem. So you can sing it well, but I may not sound it very good. Let me just read it aloud to you and you can follow me. Okay, students? Okay, so how we can read a poem? Let me read it to you. Of all the children in my school, I may not be the tallest. Of all the children in my school, I may not be the tallest. Of all the voices in the world, mine may be the smallest. Mine may be the smallest, but I can almost touch the stars if I stand on my toes, and soon my words might change the world, so you'd better listen close. Okay, so can you read it like me? Okay, yes, you can try. Okay, very good. You have tried, you are trying very nicely. Okay, once again, let me read it aloud to you and you can read it. Okay, so of all the children in my school, of all the children in my school, I may not be the tallest. Of all the voices in the world, mine may be the smallest. But I can almost touch the stars if I stand on my toes. Okay, if I stand on my toes. And soon my words might change the world, so you'd better listen close. Okay, so you'd better listen close. So here you can also see the possibilities of things, right? So what are the words that express possibilities here? May, and might here. Okay, so I may not be the tallest means you are not sure that you're the tallest one in the world, and mine may be the smallest means you think that your voices might be the smallest, or you think that others have louder voices than yours. Okay, and soon my words might change the world means you are not so sure that you can surely change the world, but you think that there is the possibility that you might change the world with your voice or words. So you request others to listen close. Okay, this is the song you can sing or poem you can recite. Now let's answer these questions. Is the speaker a student? What do you think? Can you read the first few lines and find out? Yes, they are students because she's talking about the school. In my school means she's a student. When can the speaker touch the stars? In what situation can she touch the stars? Look here, but I can almost touch the stars if I stand on my toes. Okay, so what are the toes? Toes are in your legs like fingers, right? So if you stand on toes, you can, or there is the possibility you can toss, or the speaker can toss the stars. So what can change the world? Look here, change the world is here. My words might change the world. Okay, so here my words means the voices, the words spoken by the poet or the speaker can change the world. Okay, students, so did you get the idea of this poem? Very good. Now we are going to look at the reading text, and before that we have some words from the reading text. So let's list them here. So we have the words like climate, glaciers, you can pronounce with me, glaciers, satellites, blooming, continuously, greenhouse, centuries, intensity, hurricanes, and atmosphere. Okay, so let me show you just brief meanings of these words we will see also in the text. So for climate we can say that weather conditions in an area, and for glaciers we can say a slowly moving ice, mass of ice in the mountains. And satellite is an electronic device sent into a space to gather information. Okay? And blooming means flowering or becoming flower, and continuously means happening again and again repeatedly. A greenhouse is a structure made of glass which is used to grow plants. Okay? There we have temperature maintenance, and we have some possibilities of growing different plants. And centuries means a period of 100 years. Okay? A period of 100 years. So we call if centuries, and intensity means the quality of being great and very strong. Okay? So hurricanes, have you heard about it? Yes, hurricanes are is a violent storm with a very strong winds. And atmosphere is the mixture of gases that surrounds the whole earth. Okay? Around this earth we have different gases, and that makes our atmosphere. Now let's have some questions, pre-reading questions in the reading one. We have this picture here. You can look at the picture and think about some of the questions to answer. Let me ask you some questions here. What do you think is happening in this picture? Look at this picture closely and tell me, what do you think is it happening here? And do you think it is good or bad for the environment? Why? These are the questions. Okay? So what is the picture about? What is happening here? Yes, you are right. There is a forest fire, and you can see here fire flames, and we have smoke going up, very dark smoke going up. So is it bad for our earth, or is it good for our earth? What do you think? Definitely it's not good. Yes, you are right. It is bad for our environment. Why? Because it destroys the forest. It destroys the habitats of animal lives, and we cannot get some resources from the forest which we are getting, like water, okay, like firewood or wood, and other maybe some plants and fruits, and a lot of things. Besides that, other effects to the earth is that we have air pollution or some kind of changes in the weather or environment. If we have a big fire in the forest everywhere, what happens? There is the chances of getting a good gases or destroying the good environment and having harmful gases in the earth that may cause the rise of the temperature of whole global environment, right? Yes. Okay, now we have the title climate change in our reading text. So have you heard about this topic? Have you heard about climate? Okay, climate, what do you mean by climate? Climate is a kind of average conditions, or maybe such as temperature of an area. Okay, maybe in the mountains we have generally have certain degrees of temperature throughout the year, right? And in Tarai areas as well, we have certain degrees of temperature or hot weather mostly. And if we have that normal average conditions changing, then that means climate changes, right? Okay, now let's read the text. Okay, let me read it to you. You can also read it along with me. Climate change refers to the change in the average conditions such as temperature and rainfall in a region over a long period of time. Okay, it is about the average conditions such as temperature or rainfall over a region over a long time of period. Okay, there is a certain amount of rainfall, and there is a certain degrees of the temperature in that area, and that normally has in the similar in the coming days or coming years. So that it means climate changes. For example, there were a lot of glaciers in the past in the Himalaya ranges of Nepal. In the past time or a few years ago, in Himalayas there used to be glaciers. Glaciers are mass of ice blocks, or it's a kind of river of ice. There used to be a lot of glaciers in the past, but today we have a warmer climate and fewer glaciers. Now the time has changed and the temperature has changed and average conditions have changed, and now there are less glaciers and there is also warmer climate than in past. The remaining ones are seriously changed. Other things are also changed. Okay, global climate change refers to the average long-term changes throughout the earth. Now, global climate change refers to the average long-term changes throughout the earth. These include warming temperatures and changes in the rainfall. Okay, what are the changes? Rainfall in the changes in rainfall, rising sea levels, decreasing mountain glaciers, ice melting at a faster rate than usual in Himalaya regions, and changes in flower and plant blooming times. Okay, so global climate change here, are some of the examples seen in the in the earth or in the global environment are the rainfall, changes in rainfall, rising the sea level, rising in the sea level, and decreasing the mountain glaciers, and ice also melting and melting at fast rate than usual, and also flowering time is also changing, or blooming time also changing. For example, when there was flowering in spring season, now it's already flowering maybe in winter as well. So that may be one of the signs that there is also a global change, global climate change. Okay, now we have next parts here. The Earth's climate has been changing continuously, even long before humans came into the picture. So when the changes started, it started long before human came into the picture, means long before human existed. So however, scientists have observed unusual changes recently, but the changes now are unusual, not normal. For example, the Earth's temperature has been increasing much more quickly than they would expect over the past 150 years. Okay, the scientists had expectation of the changes in the weather, but now the changes are out of the expectations. They expected a certain level of changes or rise in the temperature, but now it's already higher than the expectation. Some parts of the earth are warming faster than the others. Some parts, okay, are hotter than the others. But on average, global air temperatures near the Earth's surface have gone up to 2 degrees Fahrenheit in the past 100 years. In the duration of 100 years, what is the changes? The higher or average temperature rise is 2 degrees Fahrenheit in the duration of 100 years. In fact, the past 5 years have been the warmest 5 years in the centuries. Now, if we see the duration, the recent 5 years have had the highest degree of the rise in the temperature. That means we are now going in the faster rate of the change. Okay, let's see the next ones. Many people, including scientists, are concerned about this warming. Okay, so the global warming has concerned the scientists and many people, As the Earth's climate continues to warm, the intensity and amount of rainfall during storms such as hurricanes are expected to increase. Okay, what happens when there is increase in the temperature? There is the possibility of hurricanes, okay, to increase. Hurricanes is a very strong storm. Okay, it's very strong that can blow a house, and shortage of water for a long period of time and heat waves are also expected to become more intense as the climate warms. So what are the other effects? There may be or likely to have a shortage of water. Shortage of water means there is the lack of water, running out of water as the heat waves increase, and there is also intense, the heat waves are also intense, very hard, that can make the climate warm. Okay, when the Earth's when the Earth's temperature changes by 1 or 2 degrees, the change can have a big impact on the health of the Earth's plants and animals. Okay, even the little degrees of the increase in the temperature can affect the health of living beings like plants and animals. So see how dangerous it is. Okay, there are lots of factors that contribute to the Earth's climate. Okay, so what are the factors? How it is increasing? So let's see. However, scientists agree that the Earth has been getting warmer over the past 50 to 100 years because of human activities. So what are the causes? The main cause scientists have found is the human activities, and certain gases in the Earth's atmosphere block heat from going out. Okay, so we have certain gases built in this Earth's atmosphere, and when the sun warms the Earth, then the heat is blocked here in these gases. This is called the greenhouse effect. When the heat from the sun is blocked around the surface, around the atmosphere, then this is called the greenhouse effect. The gases keep the Earth warm like the glass in a greenhouse keeps plants warm. It's like we have seen greenhouses, okay, for growing plants that increases the normal temperature, and it's like the similar thing. In the Earth also we have now increased temperature than the normal because of the gases that is available because of human activities. So human activities, what are those human activities that cause such gases? That can be such as burning fuel in factories, cars and buses, changing the natural greenhouse. These changes cause the atmosphere to trap more heat than it used to, leading to a warmer Earth. Okay, so now the changes or the producing such burning fuel produced by factories and buses have now caused to trap the heat in the surface of the Earth. Okay, so human activities create greenhouse gases, the Earth warms. This matters because oceans, land, air, plants, animals, and energy from the sun all have an effect on one another. Okay, what we have, how is the Earth built? It is the combination of all the different parts like oceans, land, air, plant, animal, and energy from the sun. So they all have effect on one another. The combined effects of all these things give us our global climate. When they all combine together, they give us a global climate. In other words, the Earth's climate functions like one big connected system. So thinking about things as systems means looking for how every part relates to others. NASA's Earth observing satellites collect information about how our planet's atmosphere, water, and land are changing. Okay? Now NASA is an organization which is observing, which is collecting information through satellites. Okay? By looking at this information, scientists can observe how the Earth system works together. This will help us understand how small changes in one place can contribute to bigger changes in the Earth's global climate. Okay, students, so this is the whole text about the climate change. Now I hope you have already got some ideas, and we are going to understand it more with the exercises that we have in this exercises after this reading text. So, let us see the comprehension exercises. First, we have some words to find out. So, we have already discussed them. So, a slow moving mass or ice, a river of ice, we call them. What do we call? I will give you a clue. Here it starts with Z, and we have all the time repeatedly. What is that happening? It starts with C. A scale of measuring temperature. It starts with F. A period of 100 years. Okay, a period of 100 years. What do we call? It starts with C. That is a clue for you. And the quality of being great, very strong. What is the meaning? Okay, or the word? It starts with I. And a violent storm with very strong winds. What is that? It starts with H. And the mixture of gases that surrounds the Earth, what do we call? Starting with A structure made of glass which is used to grow plants. Okay, starting with G, an electronic device sent into space to gather information. So, it starts with S. So, I hope you have guessed, right? So, I am going to uncover the answers. Okay. So, let us have a look at the first one. So, slow moving river, ice river or river of ice we call glacier. And repeatedly or happening all the time, we say it continuously. And a scale of measuring temperature, it is Fahrenheit. A period of 100 years is called century. The quality of being great, very strong, it starts with I. Intensity, yes, you are right. And a violent storm with very strong winds, yes, you are right, that is hurricanes. The mixture of gases that surrounds the Earth, what is that? Yes, atmosphere. And a structure made of glass which is used to grow plants, yes, greenhouse. And an electronic device that is sent to space to gather information is a satellite. Okay, students, so I hope you have noted these words. Now, let us move to another exercise, that is true or false. Here, decide whether the following statements are true or false. Okay? So, let me read it to you. Glaciers are found high in the Himalayas. Climate change is a global issue. The effect of climate change is not seen in the areas. Okay. Climate change affects human beings. Human activities are likely to increase changes in the climate. Production of carbon dioxide in the USA may cause the melting of snow in our Himalayas. Okay, students, so let us first see the first one. Glaciers are found high in the Himalayas. Is it right? Yes, right. Glaciers are moving ice. So, it is a true statement. So, climate change is a global issue. Is it a global or is it a local? Definitely a global issue, right? Yes. The effect of climate change is not seen in the area, in the sea areas. So, do you see the effect of global change or climate change in the seas? Okay. Yes, it's seen, but it says not seen. So, it's a false statement. Climate change affects human beings. Is it right? Definitely, we are also living beings and it affects us. Human activities are likely to increase changes in the climate. Does our activity change the climate? Yes, it does, because we produce a lot of things. We use vehicles, we operate factories, and that produces carbon dioxide carbon dioxide, or maybe carbon monoxide. And production of carbon dioxide in the USA may cause the melting of snow in our Himalayas. Yes, it's also true, right? Yes, whether you are in USA or in any part of the world, if human beings produce such gases a lot, that can cause the rise in the temperature of the whole earth, and that can cause melting of snow in the Himalayas, right? Okay, so we have found the answers. Now let's see the questions from exercise C. Okay, can you read them? I'll show you here. Please read them. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E, F up to F. Can you read them all? Okay, very good. So the first one is, what is global climate? And another thing is to list the negative effects of the global climate change and see when did climate change start, what human activities are affecting Earth's natural greenhouse, and what are the components of global climate, and which organization is conducting the research about climate change and its effects. Now let me show you the answers and we will answer it together. Okay, are you ready? Okay, please, you can take notes of each answers. So I'll have the paragraph here to you, so you can read them and find out. So we have the answer around here. So what is global climate change? What is global climate change? It is in the first sentence. Can you read it? Yes. Climate change, okay, refers to the change in the average conditions such as temperature and rainfall in a region over a long period. Okay. Okay, so this is the answer for your question A. Now let's look at another question, that is list the negative effects of global climate change. So what are the negative effects, bad effects of global climate change? So let me read to you. We have here different changes, okay, long-term changes throughout the earth. This includes warming temperature, changes in rainfall, changes, rising sea level, decreasing mountain glaciers, and so on. I think this can be the answer. Okay, let's check. Yes. So dear students, so you can make your answer by starting like this. The negative effects are changes in rainfall, rising sea levels, decreasing mountain glaciers, ice melting at a faster rate than usual, and so on. And you can even write further answer up to plant blooming times, changes in the plant blooming times. Okay, the question in C is, when did climate change start? What time it started? So let me show you the paragraph here. Can you read the sentence here? Sentences? Yes. Yes, even long before humans came into the picture. It means, so the climate change started. You can start with the question, half of the question from here. Climate change started long before humans came into the picture. So it means that even before human beings were existed, there was a continuous change in the climate. Okay, another question D is, what human activities are affecting Earth's natural greenhouse? So what are the activities? What are we doing to affect the Earth's natural greenhouse? Let me show you the paragraph here. Can you find the answers around here? Human activities, can you find out? Yes, you can see here human activities here as well, here as well. So what are the activities? So you can see here, burning fuel in factories, cars and buses, and so on. So answers are here, and you can write like this. Human activities such as burning fuel in factories, cars, and buses are affecting Earth's natural greenhouse. Like this, you can complete your answer. Another question is E. This is, what are the components of the global climate? Okay, what are the components, means parts of the global climate? So what make what makes global climate. Let me show you this here. So look at this first sentence. When human activities create greenhouse gases, the earth warms. This matters because oceans, land, air, plants, animals, and energy from the sun all have an effect on one another. It means we have these things to have effect on us. So that is ocean, land, air, plant, and animal, and solar energy. So you can see the components of global climate are ocean, land, air, plants, animals, and energy from the sun. Okay, this is the answer. Another question, the last one, is F. Which organization is conducting the research about climate change in it and its effects? Okay, here we can see an organization, that is NASA, that is observing satellites to collect information. So the answer here you can make like this. NASA is conducting the research about climate change and its effects. From this line, like NASA's Earth observing satellites collect information about how our planet's atmosphere, water and land are changing. So it means that NASA is conducting the research to collect the information about our changes in the climate. Okay, so this is the answer, and you can write in this way. Okay, students. So I hope you got the ideas how to write your answer, and you have got the ideas where are the answer. Okay, so this is the last question from exercise C, and we have the last exercise, that is D. Here you have to, what you have to do, so you have to write or draw some pictures. Okay, what kind of picture? Let me read the question. Has Nepal been affected by the global climate change? How? Discuss in group and draw a few pictures to demonstrate your points. So you can show some melting snow, okay, maybe some dry areas, or maybe drying some hot, spring water sources. So you can draw like this. For example, you can see a dry land here, and also snow melting, and you can see here animals not finding their home to live. So these are some of the examples that you can do. So in Nepal you can see such pictures. Okay, so look here, people, the weather or the air is so polluted and full of gases produced by the vehicles and factories, and you can see the mountains melting, and you can see some of the dry areas, lands around the mountains. So these are the pictures found in Nepal. Definitely Nepal is also affected, you can say. Definitely Nepal is also affected by the global climate change. Our Himalayas are getting less amount of snow every year, and also the glaciers are decreasing, and we are also getting our water sources becoming smaller. Okay, likewise, and you can draw the pictures to show or to present in your class to talk about the global change. Okay, students, global climate change. Okay, students, so we have come to the end of today's lesson. This lesson was about reading a text about global climate change, and we did getting started exercises, and we also sang or just recited a small song, and we read and did comprehension exercises today. I hope you got some ideas to support your learning. Please keep learning with the videos and keep doing and present your exercises to the teachers. Thank you for learning. See you in the next videos. Namaste. Have a good time.